Someone asked me not long ago, how far would I go? And if I think I had the courage to be a hero, I said, I'll do it for my country. I'll do it for SPG. I'll make any sacrifice once you call me. Yes, I'll do it for my nation without reservation. Just tell me where and what, and I'll be on the spot. Because I love my country, man. She is my all. I love my country, man. I'll answer when she calls. No one can dissuade me. No one can discourage me. No matter how hard I do what she asks, 'cause this is my heart. Your brother's keeper, and are you man enough to become freedom fighter? Will you sacrifice for someone else's future? And will you give selflessly without getting back paid? Someone asked me not long ago, how far would I go? And if I think I had the courage to be a hero, I said, I'll do it for my country. I'll do it for SPG. I'll make any sacrifice once you call me. Yes, I'll do it for my nation without hesitation. Just tell me where and what, and I'll be on that spot. Because I love my country, man. She is my home. Yes, I love my country, man. I'll answer when she calls. And no one can dissuade me. No one can discourage me. No matter how hard I do what she asks, this is my heart. Because I love my country, man. She is my home. Yes, I love my country, man. I'll answer when she calls. And no one can dissuade me. No one can discourage me. No matter how hard I do what she asks, this is my heart. Because I love my country.
Yes, I love my country, but I could sit here for the rest of the night and play this song right through, but some people will get real mad. The time on St. Vincent and the girl is 6 minutes 30 seconds after 8. It's the 4th month, right? I had to just double check a while ago. It's the 4th month. It's April. Hey, yesterday we used to call it All Fools Day, but I noticed that tradition seemed to go on out the window. I still enjoy it, but no longer. I don't know where we're going to, boy. Yeah. So it's tonight's program's feedback, and it is currently sponsored by Basil's Bar. He has an outlet downstairs, the Cobblestone in Kingston, at Basil's in Villa, and when you go to Mustique, you get the total package there. Good night to you, wherever you are. Good night to you, regionally and internationally. You know, I'm going to have a little discussion with you, and then we will open the lines at probably 9 o'clock for you to have your discussion. So you can speak from now until 9? Yeah, I could do that. I might probably go until 10 me alone. Yeah. You know, I get in my composure together. 7 minutes, 30 seconds after 8. My name is Kingsley. Welcome to WeFM #1 nighttime program. Yeah. No, that's not voices. This is the feedback program. Okay? Right. I actually enjoyed last night's program with Jomo. Jomo tell that guy in so many words, if you don't want to listen, go someplace else, man. You have a different program. It's called Voices, and the program is about entertaining different voices. Okay, that's how the program for Jomo tell. Wav Gonsalve became Prime Minister in 2001. You can never forget the date. It was the 20th of April. Was it April? It wasn't March, yeah. And Raghunsar have made a whole heap of promises, and we can say so far that he delivered on one of his promises with the international airport at Argyle. Right, Mr. Boucher? Yeah. Then they celebrating the 23rd year in governance. So I don't know if you could remember, but I will try to remind you, and you could remember and remind me some of the portions I missed. I could remember when the ULP became the ULP. We had Ralph Gonsalve. He's still there. You have Montgomery Daniel, who is the deputy leader. And let me remind, our constitution doesn't provide for a deputy prime minister. So whenever Ralph Gonsalve is out, Montgomery Daniel act. And we had Mr. Walters, Samuel Walters. You remember him? Yeah, he may say that he was thinking about doing something wrong and he didn't do it. Remember, with the police up Hill? Then we had Starkey John. Remember Starkey John? And Ken Boy. Sovinsu Beach. Yeah. Up to today, he's still, in my opinion, the best politician we ever see. You never hear any tarnish about Sir Vincent. Sir Vincent dying gone and live a good life. His name, while I'm not supporting Kyle Keith's understanding of National Stadium, because I heard him saying on the WFM, I think it's Sunday before the last, that the activities that took place at the area that they plan to build this Sir Vincent Beach Stadium. I hope Augustine Ford and listen to me too. If a child come up to you and asks you, "Hello, good morning, good afternoon, could you take me or point me where the National Stadium is?" You may wonder. If some of them say, "Could you point me where the Sir Vincent Beach National Stadium is?" Like Kyle Keita was playing politics, he wanted to be politically right. I need to see some people correct that. Why we keep saying Sir Vincent Beach National Stadium? Is there a structure of a national stadium out there, or there's a site? Kyle Keita will say, well, you jump out of school, you know what you're saying. It's a work in progress. Okay, they're right, so I'm going to believe all of these are right there. Then we had Ralph Gonsalve, Montgomery Daniel, Samuel Walters, Starkey John, Ken Boy, Sir Vincent Beach, Louis Streaker, yeah, Sister Geraldine McGill, Clayton Morgan, Sabota Caesar came in after Walters decided to take a leave. Yeah, we have Snag. Well, you don't know the grading seat already. Them is a foregone conclusion for NDP. And then we have Dr. Joel Thompson. He comes here every Wednesday with Your Health and My Health. And then we have Belma. We have quite a few of them. We had Glenn Beach, who stood in before the Humble African is currently there. Then we have a new slate of senators. And I want you to ask yourself this question. Which category should I put you in? Should I put you in the category of blind supporters, like my friend Anta? Should I put you in the category of you love your country and you're encouraging Vincent to support a political party because you think that your party will do the best job they possibly can? Or you just support a party because you want to be in a certain clique? Well, I don't know. You can tell me which category you want to be. But most of the people who support ULP, they support ULP blindly because they want to be called, like Stephen Reeves and all them people. We have Senator Morgan. Well, hey, all I don't know, when I love somebody, I love them unconditionally. I love Senator Morgan, and I think that the NDP had a witch hunt for her when they had this allegation where she was a part of Bababa. The court say that she was absolutely innocent to the accusation. I think that Senator Peters is a bright spot. I also think that Ralph Gonsalve said that he had his political eye, let me be very careful, political eye on the newly appointed Senator Bob. And Beneva Brown sits here with me, and it's Beneva or Beneva? Benava Brown. I think is a very good quality candidate. And I want to remind you too. Do you understand what is referred to a transition? And European office for 23 years. Do you see a transition from Rav Gonsalves to our next leader? Oh, last convention, Rav, make it totally clear. I am the world boss and I'm going on until 2025. You're looking for 6 in a row. But I hope that happen. And then we have Jimmy Prince still around and those persons. So then the ULP is planning for succession in terms of candidate. Because I think I could recall hearing Senator Peters write on this issue at hand program, right, Willis, which you say is the issue at hand program hosted by Cecil Ryan alongside Joel Providence and aka P. John. So I think I heard Senator Peters said she would like the opportunity, if given by the people and the ULP, to run as a candidate against Daniel Cummings. That's a good thought. Um, I think that Senator Bob will be given a long chance to replace Jimmy Prince. I think that she's young and she's quite capable to do that. She has a long time in waiting because I don't think people know her as well as they should. But I think they will get to know her as senator once she stick around. And like I said, I think Beneva John is an excellent choice. Beneva, how you pronounce it? Benava Brown is an excellent choice. So when we talk Europe, I remember the Honorable Rini Batiste, Mama Culture. She had the ambience of a good politician. I used to always call her in the feedback program when she sits here and remind her that I'm hoping to be alive to see she becomes a leader. For some reason, that aspiration I had for Rini Batiste didn't come out. I don't know what if it was politically designed. And we have our friend Luke Brown, who they say going to run again. I could remember hearing Luke Brown say that when he was in university, he promised his colleagues that one of these days he'll be Prime Minister of St. Vincent and Grenadines. Well, Luke Brown, you have a long time to wait because you can't fluke your seat against Fitz. So you have a long time to wait. And then you paying attention, and all of a sudden, before Camila Gonsalves was ushering by, let me say good evening to our consulate in Canada. Fitz Huggins is his name, right? Yeah, Fitz Huggins. Let me say good evening to former MP. They used to call him, well, he's Clayton Morgan, but he was call him Mr. PP because when he passed, all he used to do is blow and go by business. And Rav Gonsalves said, what? I'm going to parachute Camilo into this. So he made Camilo ambassador. Remember that? They say he been following up on some what's your name? Can't remember the be. Louis Shaker was responsible, according to Rav Gonsalves, for giving Camilo the job. Camilo came back. To my surprise, the biggest surprise I ever get in my life, paying attention to politics, is when they had two senators in Senator Camilo Gonsalves and Senator Jomo Thomas. Remember that? That was you could have knocked me down with a feather when I hear this say Jomo Thomas was being a senator. I said, oh Lord of mercy. I'm playing on so you can't catch myself. And when I said I'm going to study Rav Gonsalves had a plan for Jomo. What old people say, which one longer? Time longer than rope. And they used to say, rope could platten, but handlers come back and plait rope. Okay, right. Old people go understand what I mean. And it is what it is today. And I wonder if there's any transition in the ULP to go from Rav Gonsalves to a next leader. Somebody will say, well, you used to lobby for Subotu Caesar. Yes, I used to. But I had a very good discussion with an ambassador, not going to call his name, and he told me, while he respect my thoughts of Subotu, replacing Raul Gonsalves. He did convince me that Camilo is more suited, I wouldn't say qualified, more suited for the job. And he was convincing. So I think I have to go along with my friend, um, Ambassador. Yeah. So I don't know if all ever put another thinking cap and wonder about the transition for a leader. Dr. Gonsalves is probably 77, 78. So you're going back for 6 in a row. After 23 years as Prime Minister, we had Montgomery Downhill who act Sister Gilda Miguel, Louis Straker. Well, they used to refer Louis Straker as Deputy Prime Minister, but let me remind you, our Constitution doesn't provide for a Deputy Prime Minister. So all of them used to act. Starkey John was a bright figure, and Ken Boy. I don't know where they went wrong politically, but they were beaten until they can't find them up to today. One look like a Santa Claus and they just can't find the other one. Looks like joke. And the transition, and you hear people talk about the ULP every day. You hear Anthony Denny, you hear Cian Marshall, you hear Candy Mann, you hear Augustine Foynan, and they don't deal with the issue of leadership. They will say the ULP is a team and work together. But come on. After 23 years, you're going back at Raul Gonsalves as leader? Oh, somebody just say to me they having a problem finding a quality leader. But I identify Camilo. Oh, they say no, Camilo lack charisma. You don't have the charm of your father. He's not. What is it? Charisma don't make you win seats. What you say? So why you think we have custom to win election? And so we ain't dealing with the issue. And I often wonder, the ULP, in my opinion, have a pass mark for the last 23 years. Because I could name quite a few things that benefit in Vincentian. But we're going to deal with the E project, the International Airport at Argyle. That is one of the things. We're still waiting on the cross-country road, but we seem to can't get the feasibility study done. Okay. But we ain't seeing the transition. Imagine our Prime Minister saying, the quota scheme could be considered humble African. Well, humble African to show where he go in next election. May somebody give me some, but you don't repeat rumors, but definitely not. Definitely not. Besides, we have Gonsalves in the ULP. Who you could think of did extremely well as a parliamentarian. Oh yes, I don't tell him he came through the back door from a senatorial standpoint, but our constitution allowed that. I talk about Senator Julian Francis. Julian Francis is one of the person beside my father. My father was number one. It don't have no other Vincentian and St. Vincent and Grenades, but I will use noses for my father. St. Vincent and Grenades is as good as Julian Francis. Julian Francis have a pass, a plus on that. Beside he in the ULP, but you're not going to have a class by yourself. Who you could point and say that they did well and the transition of being a politician who care for poor people fit their category? Who? No, you can't be crazy. There's only two people, Raul Gonsalves and former Senator Julian Francis. And let me tell you something. Whether you support in the ULP or the NDP, you have to look at the individuals who are running for the ULP and the NDP, the candidates. Raul Gonsalves, we know, running against him is a waste of time, so he's going to win. Montgomery Daniel, is there anything we could point our hands and say we could associate it with Montgomery Daniel? Somebody was already winning seats for the last 23 years. That's all? Okay, well, if you can settle for that, like Who else you could point to and say that we see leadership qualities and we might resort to them? Like I say, I stopped advocate for Subota Caesar because I was convinced by, yeah, you could say Mr. Who, but you ain't got any name from me, that Carmelo should be the right choice to replace his father. That reminds me of something that I don't really want to say on the radio. Yeah. But I am convinced that the quality and the personnel who want to make themselves candidate in the next election will be a factor that Vincent Chan have to consider. Montgomery Daniel should be given way, and he will be replaced by the hospital administrator, Mrs. Walters. I look at her from a distance. I try to find out about her, and there's nothing to say. You could disqualify her. Like when Senator John was offered her job back, I think that she should take the job back as a teacher. But I now realize from where I'm sitting that she did the best thing in terms of a senatorial position to keep the politics going. So if I could call it, I would like NDP to win that seat. But I don't want NDP to think because she's probably a newcomer, it might be an easy walk for Senator John. Don't ever come to that conclusion. But I was listening to the New Times program today, and they had the chairman down in the comments and Miss Velox. I'm yet to be convinced that Miss Velox is the right choice to represent the NDP against Kamala Gonsa. You will hear people say, oh, she came close the last time. Came close as winning. 500 people stayed home. And out of 500 people stayed home, 300 of those that vote for Camelo. They stayed home because they were frustrated and they were weary of the inadequate representation given to them by Camelo. But people still went out and vote for him. He's doing some things in and around the constituency, and if he get those things done that I see start, I am not convinced that Ms. Velox is the right candidate. Wait, Kingsley asking, I'm going to ask a question now. Oh, okay. Okay. What about Mr. John? Well, I ain't calling no first name because I don't want to be calling him on the radio. If I had my way, I would have invited Mr. John to come and be the candidate. I want a pound for pound candidate. You qualify this, that. I want a pound for pound candidate. Somebody will say, but I only make herself available here, Miss Oliver. Oh, yes, I think she will make a good candidate. But for some reason, NDP all bend out of shape and think that Miss Velox would win this seat because she came close. Came close? That's past then. Rav Gonsalves as Prime Minister and Kamala as Minister of Finance is going to make sure that they do some tangible thing that they will keep up Miss Velox. So if I were the NDP and Dr. Friday, I would have to concentrate on Miss Velox as the candidate. I'd look for, see if I could encourage Mr. John to come forward or go with Miss Lance Oliver. Okay? Curtis King, my elected parliamentarian, because I'm from Fountain and he's from Bel Air and we go up together. And while I don't support his political policy, Curtis King has some people will vote for him because he's Curtis King and what Curtis King stands for. He came over before politics, before he got involved in politics, as a principal person. I think he's still a principal person, but when you hear him speak sometimes, you have to understand that he's a politician being led by Ralph Gonsalves. I have to be very mindful how he see things, okay? So, Curtis King, the candidates I have in mind, I think one done missed the bus already, right? But there is a young man in my area. I'm quite well. Not going to call his first name. I think I remember him walking, show some interest to become the CEO of Nemo. But for some reason, he wasn't given any consideration. And I think that now they say that he is showing some interest to be the candidate for the NDP in the constituency which is currently held by Curtis King. And somebody asked me if Mitchell is a household name in East St. George. I said, household name in East St. George? You go back for that? So James Mitchell? Oh. So what are you saying, Kingsley? Mitchell is showing interest to running East St. George? Well, hey, try to get your ears where I'm getting mine. And you will hear who the Mitchell they say is showing interest to run. Let me say good evening to the Cupid family in the Daphne Topbelly area. Right, very good people, yeah. But you see, politics will make you and break you. You can't come in politics and have an agenda. Your agenda should be to serve the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and not because you felt disgruntled that you didn't get a job, you think you're going to come back with that. No, that won't work for you, okay? Right. And Kebakers, in my opinion, probably have the finances sustain her candidacy. But Kebakers running against Curtis King is chalk to trees. Okay? So I am not a stupid fella. And I would like to see a change in the candidate from Kebakers to the two new persons I mentioned. If you listen behind what I'm not saying, you will figure out who the persons that I have in mind would like to be the candidates. So, like I say, I never know Mitchell as a household name. And frankly, I always say that he think one of the qualities of candidacy that the candidate proposed should have some level or live in the constituency that he or she is showing interest. So that's it for East St. George. Somebody just text me and asked me, what's my thoughts on Dr. Lewis? Well, I personally like Linton Lewis. Some people, for some reason, are bent out of shape and come to Linton Lewis. Why they bent out of shape? Because the man never went to a secondary school and achieved so much. But the people, and the only mistake Dr. Linton Lewis made in his political career is when he moved from east and go over west and say, boy, come back home, boy. I think that was the mistake he made. But Dr. Gonsalves made a statement when they opened the town hall place in Calico. And I never forget his statement. He said, Linton Lewis is a quality Vincentian man who come from the household name in Calico. I didn't have to wait until Dr. Gonsalves tell me that. I know that. When my father reminded me, my father was the encyclopedia for me. You know. He said, Shanna Paul today is the mother and the Dr. Linton Lewis. When Linton Lewis used to play cricket, touch up on his shoulder, look what up his see about 100 times, making sure that everything perfect. Linton Lewis has demonstrated that he is a quality Vincentian and go from strength to strength. It's just that the people of that constituency didn't see it fit for some reason. I think most of it is personal and envious things, the why they didn't go for him. The other hand, the European at the time probably was too strong. And so that they didn't consider giving Dr. Linton Lewis the chance, okay? And down North Leeward, let me say good evening to all the shallows in Mespo, Freeland. I had a son who used to live in Freeland, but think about the name Shallow. You remember Razum and Mystery and Dudley and bright people, you know, they come from Freeland right next to the Bonpande. And I personally would like to see a Shallow becomes an elected parliamentarian. If I have one in mind, of course I have one in mind. And I want to run him against Carlos James because he will beat Carlos James. Yeah, I would like to see a Shallow. Not necessarily have to come from Mespo, but it must be a Shallow to run against the current Minister of Tourism. And let me tell you something. If Ralph Gonsalves call election now, the Shallow that I'm anticipating to run will not run. Because where he is probably working today, he has to finish that contract time. But if Ralph Gonsalves ain't call election until December 2025, that Shallow that I'm recommending will be giving some serious thought. And you know what I tell you so? Lee Cock, Cummins and them coming to their retirement. Either we force them out or we vote them out. Friday, we'll be given this last chance as leader of the opposition. And we have to find a suitable, qualified person to become the leader of the NDP. And I couldn't think about a better person than that gentleman, Mr. Shallow. Yeah. I think that he's a long-term investment. You may say, but the Shallows are traditionally labor. Well, yeah, but I would know because my mother and I was Palmer Shallow. They were definitely labor, but time and season change, okay? Right. So that's it. Yeah. And somebody will say, what happened to Central Leeward? Well, Brewster. I can't be like Candyman and say Dr. Brewster. No. I think Mr. Brewster. Essentially. Max he could win Brewster. Max Larkin nothing more than BS. I think the young man from Kyoto that I identified to the NDP stand a better chance. According to the NDP, coming close is good enough for them, you know. Because Vidox come close anyway as far as they're concerned, and all of a sudden they think she's the titan of the NDP in West St. George. So I have a young man from Kyoto's that I hope that the party consider. And you could say, they go consider your recommendation, you know, apply for you to job and they ain't take you on. Well, Vili even tell me ain't going up for that job. But they got 3 people talking every day and they ain't getting no way with the talk show. New Times, Board Francois, Colin Graham, and Margaret London. Bunch of waste of time. That's why I did apply. Because I think I had more level of influence and impartiality to deal with the issue. Because I'm not going to center my campaign that the Prime Minister can't go to Canada and he can't this and he can't that. I want to have consumed myself. NDP consume myself very well, Gonsalves. Yeah, they cry baby like bigger bigs and cry baby like Dove. Well, Dove in name? Yeah. She don't call your name, but yeah. Huh? I mean, I just can't understand these people, you know. You look at development. Sanders alone is an achievement in the tourism industry. You ever know that you have lived to see a hotel train like this brand name of Sanders coming to listen? Yeah, it's a great good event. You say Bill the airport, they will come. Airport Bill and Sanders come. Why? Because the airport provide a link with international airlines. And more hotel train is going to come to this country because we are the jewel of the Caribbean. So how could you be speaking for a political party and making a suggestion that nothing happened and we have a brand new airport? Go down to where Patches is listening there, we have a brand new port coming there. I went up at the port here and I said to myself, if you see the amount of transaction taking place, I say, there is vision in Ralph Gonsalves where he decided that we need to see a new port and port development in St. Vincent and Grenadines. The houses down there, the comments say that they are quality houses where they move the fisher folks and put them over in Lomans Bay. That ain't good. The youth empowerment program and the YES program where young people go and get an experience, that's not good. But you consume your campaign for the last 23 years. They call them one town, Papa. He can't win, he can't this. He don't win 5, and if he ain't careful, he wins 6 in a row. Because if all the country know how to stop a campaign of personalization and don't get things done, if something is going well, you could criticize it, but say that your party is going to enhance like what Ralph Gonsalves came and do with the community college. You remember that? Yeah, the conservancy around the lands. That's like a mini university. The police force had have 100% more personnel available for deal with the issue of crime. But you go tell me nothing happened for the last 22 years. And it has some NDP supporters, like Tuesday, who listen to me now. Yeah, I bet you man, I was calling Tuesday. They will tell you that Ralph Gonsalves ain't do nothing for the last 23 years. Them had to be some, oh Lord, I can't call a word. That's a big word for me. Things that manifest in itself, you know. And they will say, people like you and I who scrape the bottom of the survive don't have to pay tax. 18,000 threshold go on to 25, you know what I mean? And all the time nothing happening. We have a master health center in Georgetown. We have polyclinic throughout the state. So all these are things that benefit in Vincent. When I pass at the polyclinic at stops every day, the amount of people there I see seeking quality health care, that ain't nothing. But you have people like Colin Graham, both France and Margaret London who speak. And my friend Dougie the Freitas, although not my friend, my cousin, who are bent out of shape with the obsession for our guns and say nothing happening. Eh? No, man, I have to get out of that. That's why the NDP continue to struggle. St. Kelly say the airport out is no less than America. One time he made a statement, he said, all they could lie down and sleep, you know. I think we are going to have easy to beat. So James said that one time, my father make he win a seat, you know. It's a Koba, the guy beat him out, you know. A Koba ain't strong enough to beat him now. I hear people saying NDP is an old people party. Sometimes I wonder, you know. Because look at so much young people gain employment at the international airport at Argyle. Look at the opportunities where we paying you to become a nurse. We increase that. The opportunities provide for young men and women to go in the Royal Service and the Grenadians Police Force to be career officers. Jobs left, right, and center. Yes, it might be not as rapid as it should be. But an effort is being made. It have people who listen to this program overseas now, overseas studying because of Ralph Gonsalves policy. No child must be left behind, and there should be a university graduate in every house. They go to the BOSVG, the Bank of Salvation, and they have 100% mortgage for people to build their own houses. Credit union or the banks come, lend them money to go and study. And we encouraging persons, when the state afford you the privilege to get money to come and become a professional, please pay back your loan, because until you're delinquent, you're making it much more difficult for other Vincentians to become professional. And these are things that benefit the individual. You might not say, but Kingsley, I'm not benefiting anything. Me ain't benefiting nothing. But I'm going to work every day and hoping to get a job through the airport. That is benefit for me. But for me to go around and say nothing has not been done for the last 23 years, I'll be making a dishonest statement. You know what I does every time I flight land at the airport, especially the international flight? I go to the top of my voice and I say, God bless Ralph Gonsalves. I never know I'd live to see Virgin, America, Air Canada, and the other two that is coming. It think that just manifests itself. So that took some time. So I must not say that is an achievement. Of course it's an achievement. Sanders is an achievement. I went out to Sanders yesterday, and I was surprised to meet somebody walking there that I walk with here at WFM. I said, wow. I said, big man, where you going? He said, I don't hear doing some landscaping. I said, you did the Crazy Fire? He said, yeah, Kingsley. I said, if I went into the bar, I see a young lady from my block. I said, you're a bartender or butler? She said, I'm doing two. I said, wow. Nothing happening. The NDP had to change that style if they continue. The way they going. Stop campaigning your obsession for Ralph Gonsalves. Try to beat. Watch what he's doing for the last 23 years. Lorraine Freddie, you are in a position to unseat Ralph Gonsalves. There is a 3% swing vote in St. Vincent. There's a 2% people who are confused whether they should continue with Ralph Gonsalves as leader or we should change him from 6 in a row. and give Lorraine Friday a chance. We NDP need to find ways to convince that 3% and that 2% and the persons who say, boy, me and you help me love comrade. But me not vote on next election, but me not vote for NDP. NDP have to find a way to get these people come over. You can't win. You can't win because let me tell you something. NDP is hoping to win by default. That ain't happening according to Ida Adams and the Rav Gonsalve. Rav Gonsalve is going to sit down, study how to beat you politically, because we hear others saying how he can increase the vote, this day, he can increase. European country about increasing the vote, they is a post-party system we using where it's by seat. I hear voters say the 5-time winner, Dr. Lorraine Friday, and NDP has a popular vote. Popular vote and any opposition? I mean, if I would love to get Friday job. Thank God that Rav Gonsalve put things in place to benefit Sovereignty Beach and Anna Eustace benefit and Friday is benefiting all the goodies. Yeah, he get the easiest rock in St. Vincent. He just lying down and play that and hope that his party go win by default. But let me tell you something, eh? Some of the persons I mentioned, if follow me on, I don't know who I'm speaking about. If NDP could convince them to become candidate, and you might ask me, wait, how come you make any comment about Mr. John? Mr. John out at South Windward. I think he's an excellent choice. I think he's an excellent choice. To go up against whether it's an lazy or the humble African, I think he's on a good chance. Because let me tell you something. I know this gentleman through my father. And there's my father died in 2013. Up until today, there's nothing you go point your finger at that teacher, former head teacher, and I think he will make a good choice. He has a wonderful woman beside him. He was his wife. She's also a quality teacher. I think that he's going to make a difference. I love Mr. Daisy, Mr. Daisy, and you know what I saw yesterday? I saw Mr. Daisy, I think it's 2 days ago. And what's his name? Who ran for the NDP last election? He used to be a custom officer. Dixon. In a robust, healthy conversation. I said, what? That's a good sign. Former candidate and a potential candidate having a discussion. That's how it's supposed to be. And I'm not going to make it easy for NDP once I'm being provided this platform and WFM for them to change their approach. Get new people to speak for you. Deal with the issues that confront Vincentian. Deal with the issue of the unemployment and unemployment. Deal with the issue of crime. Forget about your obsession about Rav Gonsalve because he's going to always beat you and get the last laugh. Try to get quality candidates. That is why I'm encouraging a shadow to run down North Leeward. That is why I'm hoping that Mr. Cupid be given some. Yeah, you want to know which Cupid? We're going to find out. Favorable consideration. I think that Mitchell is not a household name in East St. George. I think that Mitchell already missed the bus. I think that Miss Velox is being branded around as the best choice. I don't think so. I don't think so. You need a pound-for-pound candidate. And like whether it had Starkey Stanley John who won that seat, he was good. Yeah, I know he's Linton Lewis brother. And he got a young man lift some up a carry name John too. I think he should be the candidate. If not him, Miss Velox should be considered and not the current caretaker. And if you want to have an idea how this topic is resonating, sir, did you read Jomo Thomas's article in the last Vincentian edition? Read that, and you will see what I'm saying is making sense. The choice of candidate, the quality personnel will make a difference in the next election. Like I said, although Beatman tried to ill-talk Senator Morgan, because I love Senator Morgan. I even love Rav Gonsalve more for not throwing her under the bus when they had a witch hunt out for her. I think that Senator Peters has grown and making a good representation of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I think that political eye that Rav Gonsalve had and Senator Bob is an excellent choice. And for lack of pronunciation, I think that Miss Brown is a viable candidate also. People may say, but Senator Peters can't beat Daniel Cummings. You're right. If a man stole no church and win the election, something wrong. But it time will come when they will fade out naturally. And somebody may say, Kingsley, what is your thought on Maya Eustace? Well, I don't know anything much about that, but she's attractive in the true sense of the word, and I think that she is also politically attractive, and I think that the NDP should earmark Maya Eustace, Anna Eustace's daughter, to replace Daniel Cummings in West Kingston. Why are you saying that, Kingsley? Well, Senator Peters already made herself a promise. She wants to be the candidate for the ULP in the next election. Well, if you're fighting pound for pound, right, Frank? You have to have a quality person like Maya Eustace to replace Daniel Cummings. And somebody said to me earlier, I had a laugh. Why you take one nature? But I not hear in a day with nature. Nature only winning because of NDP. And Sinker Leacock. Good evening, Mr. Leacock. Mr. Leacock, if I had my way, you would be the leader of the opposition. I think that you're the bad boy of the modern day politics. I think you have what it takes to ruffle Dr. Gonsalves' feather. So when I say that I don't support them referring to you as the second vice president or one of the president, I think that you should be the first vice president and no other president after you. Did I hear somebody say that you say if the NDP win, you would like to be the deputy prime minister? Well, I think that you should be the leader. So don't confuse people and make people confuse you and tell you I say things that I don't. I am still maintaining that you should have been the leader of the NDP. But your friend Daniel Cummings and Terence Olivier didn't see it that. They remind me of when people say Jerry Scott should be the leader and then Mitchell pass the key, we use us and then take it back. You know what I mean? This whole, let me tell you something. I am dead serious enough for the NDP to stand a chance to win the next election. They have to come with quality candidates. Because, yes, you are what Gonsalves doing. He's surrounding himself with Papa and, for me, quality candidates are senatorial appointments. Senator John took this thing to be a candidate. If I were Dr. Friday, I revoke Israel Bruce and bring in somebody new. Give him some political experience because Israel Bruce say he gonna turn loose pan Sobota season and he gonna win his seat. Well, love one call your night and make yourself a fool because I say that Sobota is a more attractive candidate. Sobota is a more attractive candidate. That doesn't mean that Israel Bruce is given a chance, can beat him. And she said, if I can hold it for noise. You know what I mean? But here what? Let me remind you, this program is being currently sponsored by Basil's Bar. And the time in St. Vincent and Granny is 7 minutes before 9 o'clock. And I'm going to play a song for Patches. I'm going to wake up Papa Das and play a song that I know Patches like. And after that, we're going to get into your calls. So let's take a break, come back with the advertisement, Papa Das, and then your call.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back! Leave me alone. Oh, I beg you, come off me, boy. Come on, nigga. Oh, mama, go, mama, go, mama. Watch this. You tell me stand up. You tell me be strong. Hold up your head up high. Look up in the sky. You tell me hold on. Never let go. Do the thing that is right so that you will see tomorrow. Tell me all of my head high. Brothers reaching to the sky. Tell me don't cry, my son, don't you cry. Tell me all of my head high. No all of them who jealous I. Tell me be strong, be strong, be strong. Conscious youth, be strong. The man with the anger, he tell me be strong. The man with the anger, he tell me don't run. The man with the anger, he tell me hold on. He tell me trample me enemies, trample me enemies, trample them, trample them, jump, 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 trample them until they're dead. Oh, oh, come on, come on, mama, do mama, do mama. He tell me to love and not to wait. Do good to them who will do bad to you. He tell me to rise up, all those who fall. Put our help in and let us stand on their feet as stone. Tell me don't jealous nobody. Tell me don't thief no envy. Tell me do good, so that good will follow you. Tell me hold my head up high. No one let them who jealous I. Tell me stand strong, stand strong, stand strong as a lion. The man with the anger, he tell me be strong. The man with the anger, he tell me don't run. The man with the anger, he tell me hold on. He tell me trample me enemies, trample me enemies, trample you, trample she, jump, everybody, trample them until they dead. Oh, mama, mama. Know why I'm strong, strong as a lion. No oppressors can keep me down. I'm not afraid, I'm not going to run. I'm gonna stand right here and face greater season. You tell me be away from hypocrites, all of them who know my secrets. He tell me it's them, only them, who can reveal it. And if I make a little mistake, I'm not conscious, man, is that I make. Just correct me, don't pull me down, don't press me on the ground. The man with the anger, he tell me be strong, brother man. The man with the anger, he tell me don't run. The man with the anger, he tell me hold on. He tell me champion me enemies, champion me enemies. He want me champion you, champion she, champ, everybody, champion them until they dead. He want me champion them until they dead. He want me champion them until they dead. He want me champion them until they dead. I gone now. Oh, there. Leave me alone. Oh, I beg you, come off me more.
Yeah, you know, I used to love this song back in the time when it used to be played on the National Broadcasting Corporation, but somebody give a cover of it, so I have it here. I love this song. And let me see, give it to Patches Night. Before I take your call at 457-99-97, and that is the number for WhatsApp everything. Somebody say, Kingsley, what happened to Bernard Wiley? Well, Bernard Wiley is afterthought. I mean, even have him in consideration. That's the best question for Bernard Wiley. What about Gypsy? Oh, I think she might have a little bit more than she can chew. What about Courtney Silver? Well, Courtney Silver, I think he retired badly hurt from the last time they used the veto power and said, well, he didn't win, so we're going to bring him back on Wiley. Really? Wiley? I mean, I like Wiley personally, but I think Wiley come to his political thing, but that's why I tell them, a shallow is an important aspect in today's politics. Remember Razom? The Shallow family from Freeland. Oh, Lord, I tell you. Come on, is there anything that you want to read? The ones that watch while reading, and let me just have a commentary on them. And
Well, actually, we could go through a few.
yeah, go through a few. Yeah, it's 457-99-97. You could send your thoughts there. You can WhatsApp us there, and you could also call us live. So let's go there.
At the same time, I just put them up on the screen for persons who are looking at the live.
The
Facebook,
ones that we choose
Facebook
to
live.
read, right?
I don't know who this person is, but it says from Alan Oliver. It says Jomo will entertain every other voice except Alan Oliver.
I wonder why. Who is Alan Oliver? You know who the person is?
I don't know who it is.
Okay. Well, whoever you are, tell us who you are, and we will see if we share that particular view. Okay, let's go.
All right. Someone is right. Erlene Rich is right. Mr. DeFreitas, good night. As a regular listener to your Tuesday night program, listening to you tonight, I must let you know that the Honorable Kamala Gonsalves is more charismatic than any member of the NDP.
Well, the last time I saw Camelo is at the soft opening of the Sandler's Hotel. I paid attention to him and I said to myself, Camelo is maturing. I did see some charm and charisma in the way he communicated people down there. So that's probably a good thought.
All right, somebody's saying here, I can think of 3 caretakers off the top of my head the NDP should replace. Call name, I'll go whistle.
But I think that person is reading into what I said, and I agree with you that the caretakers I mentioned is currently better than Kebakas Batis as a candidate choice for the NDP.
All right. Winston Jam Buns Young says, Kingsley, you have any thoughts on who they should run in Central Leeward? I think you probably dealt with it, but
it's ever young man over curtains concentrating on him. Let's go to the line. Right. Good evening. Let me put my headphones on.
Just 1 second.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, see if I could put that.
Good afternoon, Mr. DeFreitas.
Hey, Janet Matthews, how are you doing?
Yes. I'm good. I'm listening you and I listen to everything that you said. And let me tell you something. If these men, you hear what Dr. Gonzalez have behind him,
Yes.
leave the office and come to the people in every constituency.
Right.
Those, when the time comes to retire and you get a new one, and they start to do the thing that is right. Listen to me. There's no way I'm telling you NDP could get in power. NDP don't really have nothing to offer, you know. You let's take a good and listen to Dr. Friday. They ain't ready yet. It leads to the people who is going to run 2025 and whenever the election take the skin out of the officers that the officers put them there. Go into the constituency among the people, start to associate yourself with them. You don't take people for a ride in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you know. And we have to get it straight. You don't take Vincent for a ride. It's two things. It's either if they're afraid they would not vote, they would stay home. And that's what happened the last time.
Yes.
Plenty people stayed home.
Yeah, that
and they
was.
would not vote for NDP.
Yeah, that took place in Camilla's constituency where 500 people stayed home and they make Miss Vedox feel that she gets the code that she win. But we tell you something. I am convinced that she's not the right candidate to beat Camilla.
Well, I wouldn't doubt you. As I said, I'm speaking for the ULP. If because for instance, like Montgomery, Daniel, these people and Stevenson, they would not be running back.
Yes.
Now we have to start to get people now to start to associate themselves in the constituency to get a feed of the people.
Well, they have Miss Walters, who I think is a quality person. Looks attractive in the true sense of the word, physically and politically. I think she will make a bid for the ULP in replacing Montgomery Daniel. And as you say, they have to come out and make sure that they do the work.
They have to come out of the thing and stop turning off the phone. Don't take Vincent for a ride.
Yes.
Vincent are not election tools that when you're ready, you come for them and you pick them. No. Out. Dr. Gonzalez has done well for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Kingsley Freitas. Look at a modern port, what we have there right now. The same Sanders that NDP cut down. Look at Sanders. Oh my God. As I tell somebody today, I have to save some money for go there, even just a drink of water buying it.
I will encourage you
Honestly,
because it's really nice. If you want to get a glimpse of heaven, go down to Sanders.
small country, we are, but as Dr. Gonzalez said, nobody way better than nobody and nobody better than us.
Definitely.
And I am saying, Kingsley Freitas, regardless of what you wouldn't like, everybody wouldn't like you. Don't care what the juice you do. But Dr. Gonzalez has done well for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He gave his life. He gave him like the same airport the way you eat your bread from time. Yes. Thank God it got for your life that you eating a food.
Yes.
You understand? And we have to give thanks.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to Vincent John, especially, I don't study the Grenadines. I love the Grenadines people. But when I see election, then we don't study them. I am focusing on the mainland. I am focusing on the mainland. And honestly, anybody who knows what says, I always say that I don't criticism. Vincent John better sit down and think before they leap. Think before they, yes, I don't want to change. But when the change comes, remember that every month, everybody gets a salary. Those from poor relief are getting money. Everybody get there. Nobody can say, oh, well, this one they can't pay. That's a gun serving trap. Nobody have and cut back and all them kind of thing, you know. That's why I don't like to take up my phone. I don't say this time I'm not campaigning. But when I hear you speak to it, I have to call in.
Definitely. Yes.
Yes, God has been good to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we have to give God thanks. And under Dr. Gonzalez's leadership, we have come a long way. Kingsley Freitas, when he voted on it, well, I guess he was the pastor, you see. When that's done, when that's said, that's going to change the capital of Kingston.
Definitely.
Right?
The port is on its way to a completion in 2025. And
Yes. All shit, whatever, to ducking and everything like that.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody ain't me pray, but my God will get this man take this thing out of the office and go in the constituency, see what the constituency needs. As I always say, we're St. George is not that so dumb to us. But they might have one or two things that they need to get the act right.
Yes.
And they need to go around the people. Go and see. Look for the people. Look for the people. We are our ministers. Look over time. After this is about time. Look for the people and the men and look to see what they want.
Yes.
What they need, not what they want, what they need, what you could help them with.
Yes.
And help them take a stop, the plot of our phone and close our fire phone. And sometimes things we fit in a short thing. Because when you say I'm going to make and cranny, remember some days they hear that I say campaigning. When I go make and cranny, and the one for coming in and hold with me like, hey, oh my God, listen. Somebody take a run here for make a phone, and then let the one do it with you until the election come. You have a black right here,
Yes, thanks
and
for calling.
the guy that's to get the Camelo. They go kid. Now Camelo,
Ralph Gonsalves with him, man. You can't get rid of Ralph Gonsalves and Camelo. All right, Johnny, thanks for calling.
have a black side, good night, yeah.
Okay, right. Come on, she identified you as Camelo. That's probably a good sign. You should think of me. You go back to the task up there, and you have any WhatsApp.
I'm gonna bounce between both. Someone in WhatsApp here said, "Do you think the ULP will survive after the PM leaves the active political scene?"
If I take the ULP will survive, somebody asked me a question today. I think so. I think that's why Dr. Gonsalves started to provide himself with some young quality persons, and some of them will aspire to be Prime Minister. Not Luke Brown, okay? Yeah, I don't think he'd ever stand a chance to become an elected parliamentarian. You don't get a senatorial stint that's good enough for you. Like Julian Francis. He made a bid. He lost. You know what he do? He showed the bat everything and say he will continue to go through the parliament to the back door. We have another caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Queen.
Yeah. That previous caller, I heard her one time saying that Gonsalves looked tired and he should go home and rest and enjoy. Yeah, I heard her say that already on one of those programs and the diehard.
Well, I probably
those diehard supporters were calling. Go ahead.
I probably wasn't listening, but I can't remember if I ever heard you say that. But if she said that she's in the
yeah, and some of the diehard people like Miss Murphy and Stephen was coming after her.
Yeah. Okay, well, Miss Murphy can do that because Miss Murphy is an ardent defender of Ralph Gonsalves and the ULP. So,
But I don't hear her too often anymore.
I heard her on their program the other morning. She was short and straight to the point. But when you're weary, and you fed up at certain things, old people say action speak louder than voice. So she realized that she's not getting her way. Cause I went up there, Dorchester Hill the other day. I see her, but I could have just glanced. You know why? The road is so bad. I had to focus on the road. I said, "This is what you vote for." It's the worst road in living memory. So I actually see her, But I said, "Boy, keep your eye on if you drop up and drop one of them pothole and break the spring and everything." So yeah. So when they're weary and you fed up, there's probably some wind showing it. Yes, like Miss Murphy.
The road situation, they just can't get it right,
Yeah. Pressure.
Even 2010, when he lost some of the seats, he said, "Well, he's gonna take better care of the road."
Yeah, but
2016, he led off a whole list of roads that he's gonna do.
Yeah, Camelo said in a budget presentation that he has a road budget, and he's going to do the road. And I can remember, I can't remember if Julian Francis said it, but a statement was made by somebody that when the airport is competing with the amount of
things, use equipment.
We go have a models of all roads repair. But I'm still waiting for that model of all roads repair. Yeah.
The 7 years later still. We get them an F, man. They have to take an F when it comes to roads.
Okay.
I know roads is problem all over because I listen to other radio stations in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Barbados, Antigua. They complain about roads. But I think they have to take an F. Now the Sandals, they invited you, the taxi association down there for the opening.
I can't speak to the association, but I was invited as a media worker, and I used that advantage. Thank God.
Oh, that's good.
Thank God for WFM. So I had a good time.
They have their own shuttle buses that pick up pick up their own passengers from the airport?
No, they engage taxi drivers, so we getting some spill off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is a good sign because we were feed by the naysayers that they would not use the local taxis, but they are using the local taxi. Yes, you have to have a quality taxi, not a new one, but it must be nice and clean. So I think that is an effort that I'm encouraging that they continue to do. Yes.
I think I heard Max say that they just pick up their own passengers.
That's probably
Probably in Jamaica.
No, you can't take a Max as gospel. Take it from me.
Yeah.
I'm in a better position to speak to that than Max.
But a lot of the hotels, those major hotels, those hotels like Marriott, Holiday Inn, Courtyard, Ramadan, those in the big cities like New York, Atlanta, Miami, Toronto, they have their own shuttle buses that pick up their own passengers.
Because they provide a total package of family services that they offer, transportation, everything. So that's probably why. Yes. But for right now,
they take away a lot from the taxi drivers. Yeah.
For right now, Standard is doing relatively okay. They are calling to Mr. King. We could eat the food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I look at it even now, like Jomo says, the hotels and them, the foreign hotels, like in Jamaica, they take out 90 cents out of every dollar out from the country. I say, okay, let's say Sanders spend $50 a day. That's $250, that's $500. That's $1,000 a month. There are 500 workers. That's $500,000 that's circulating, right? If they didn't come, even if they take 10 million out, and you have $500,000 circulating, that $500,000 wouldn't be there if they didn't come. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, but
half a bread better than nothing.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree with you, and I think that there's not significant, but there's some level of evidence that they are engaging our services as taxi operators, because I see them at the airport and they getting a wonderful job, and it's good. So we get some spill off, and we really welcome back. Calling to Mr. King, we go eat the food.
Yeah, you know. You're supposed to, I say, if you own a business, you're supposed to have the majority of the profit.
Yes.
not the employee.
That's why we invest our money, to get the majority of the profit.
Right.
Yes.
All right, Kinsey. Have a good night. Bye.
Okay, you too. Okay, Queens. Yeah. So yeah, that what's up you wanted to touch this, eh?
I'm seeing a name here. Good night. Oh boy. Let me see. Let me go. Let me say good night, Kingsley. What about Troy Prince for North Leeward?
Troy Prince.
I don't know.
Oh, somebody mentioned that name to me today, but I don't know him. Who the person? But I personally feel that by recommendation would be a better choice than Troy. So is it we put it in Troy Prince?
Troy Prince.
Yeah, no. I will stick with the shadow. Yeah.
This is Facebook, and the person has put it out in public. It says, Kingsley, Dr. Shallow is a sort of distant family of mine, and I know he is the one you are suggesting as a good candidate for the NDP
the posters read mine
up against Carlos James for the ULP. Well, my brother, I want to let you know, when it comes to North Leeward sort of politics, family or no family, as long as the people not for the party, they support you, ain't go support you. Huh? I guess it says they won't support you.
That's a mind reader there, boy. That's how I could interpret you. Yeah, good to see that you're thinking. Kind of frank. Think.
All right. Well, Ivor Gunn says, Kingsley, I think you will be a good advisor to the NDP. Help them out.
Well, that's why I applied for the job. That's why I applied for the detailed job. But when Vinny was sanitary, while Linton Lois was supporting me, they didn't give me the job. We seem to have a caller. Let's go to the line. Let's see. And if it's Mark. Good evening.
Good evening, my taxi driver friend.
I see your friend Azzy today. I tell him hello for you.
Man, tell Bob why you say what's up, man. I want to let you people now. You can't do let you people not know me there, and even my labor people and then want and then not like me. But hey, what no.
Your uncle here.
We could quit. Who be uncle be?
The one who has the care only you.
Which uncle be?
But you have to ask Azzy that. Azzy tell me he cared on your uncle 2 days ago. So if you don't have, but they must have plenty of uncle that you even know them as your uncle.
Man, me have real some of them, a lot of them don't talk to me because me just talk it truth, you know. because we go down there and get caught up in the murder down there. Me say he no saint and then vex me because me say he cousin me boy and he cousin no saint and me supposed to tell lie.
Okay. Yeah.
Me love what me say, man, but it could be well if I'm young cry you cheat on go down the please and thank you. I hope as you not overcharge me because now I a taxi man which when I already you know.
No, me no.
Man.
I did stop myself.
No, man, I am very
but here's something. Here's something.
Uh-huh.
He and Azzy had to be really good because Azzy leave what he been doing and come pick him up. And he said, Kings, you know how come pick up? One of Max's uncle. So well, I go tell Max to say you pick up your uncle.
But I wonder which uncle Bob I really plenty family me get to be honest. But to be honest, since me small, Azzy was an amazing taxi driver and Yaris carry self professional with the white shot, the doctor shot.
Yeah,
and as a youth man, me couldn't cost no but me telling a part Azzy over for planning them. You used to ride like plenty over there. And if me cost a bad word, Azzy hey. Azzy used to pull me up.
Yes.
Azzy said, boy, na cost me bad, I'm going over there. Won't tell me smack the wall because my father smack the wall, no.
Yeah.
I would tell me smack the wall, I'm used to afraid, but now we losing the community. But we can't really talk about now. It's sandals, the amazing spiller from sandals. And we could criticize sandals but still embrace sandals.
I hope so.
But me call it Azzy. You could criticize it but still love sandals and all I wanted to do for people is to understand the business models of sandals.
Yes.
How sandals operate because lots of people was pushing propaganda, especially the ULP house slave of them. Saying sandals, this and sandals, but that is not how sandals operate. And I wanted Vincent and people to understand what they're getting themselves into so they could best prepare themselves for what they're getting. Just like Queen say, every hotel provide a shuttle.
Definitely.
You know why?
Yes.
Safety.
Yes. Yes.
Safety. Because if me go somewhere, for example, if me go to Chicago, me live in Washington, if me go to Chicago on a business trip, me not catch no any taxi.
Definitely not.
Me have to catch a taxi. Me have to catch a taxi that's endorsed by the hotel or recommended
Yes. Yes.
by the hotel. Because if anything happen, me get robbed, then me go call and say, hey, the body a thief my laptop out of my bag. Yeah. Me get stick up on it. So who me, you say, so I hold responsible. So we have to understand. But my question to Vincentians, is there any political party that's going to go there that's going to make sure Vincentians win? Because it seems like if NDP go there, one set of people are lose. If Labour stay there for 23 years, one set of people are losing. And I made a post on my Facebook the other day and say, because of Argyle International Airport, I was one person who was against it. I tell you that, no, they prefer hospital over airport. And I booked a flight from Caribbean Airlines to go home, and my flight was upgraded from going from St. Vincent to Trinidad and from Trinidad to St. Vincent.
Yes.
It was upgraded to a direct flight, and me bar water me I went live and thank you, ULP.
Yes. Yes.
And I ended, and me say I stand corrected. I didn't never think in my life, Kingsley, that I go fly straight from New York, even though I have to drive go New York.
Mark said, hey, me just do me tell you, when I play land from England on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesday, I just shout out to the top of my voice, thank God for Ralph Gonsalves, because everything me never lived to see a flight coming from England. It happened with Canada.
Well,
I do that all the time.
Well, I thankful to the team. Me can't thank one man because this is bigger than Ralph. I thank the team who had the vision and the Cuban of them who come over and help, and the coalition of the willing and Muammar Gaddafi who was going to pay for that before Obama then kill a man. Obama, Hillary Clinton kill a man before. If not that, we would have get airport for nothing. No. No, if you really see history and our savior, Obama, who go and Libya and kill Gaddafi because Gaddafi wanted to unite Africa and have one African currency based off the wealth of Africa, and Obama and Hillary Clinton came, they saw, and they kill him. That's why we not get the money for that. But what I wanted to say, we have to learn for Dashley Badman and a Kingsley, because I have an NDP supporter come under my post and say, Argyle, now make it easier to get to St. Vincent from North America, because he never had no issues traveling home when he was at Joshua Airport. Them they so lie.
Why is his capital letter his first name F?
Brother, me don't know a bad man now, because you could, Kingsley, with all them other airlines that's supposed to be coming to St. Vincent, I got tired of seeing me down there. No?
Yeah, because it could be affordable and you have choices.
Brother, me could come home today, eat a mango,
And go back up.
and defecate the same mango America the next day.
No, I
Because
agree with
you
the
know
opportunities present itself. Because let me tell you something.
The opportunities there and
I see a lot of
Brother,
what we call the foreign-based Syrians them who have the business here. Fly Miami Monday and by Wednesday back in St. Vincent.
yo, the commerce is gonna be there.
Yeah.
And Augustine Ferdinand had schooled me on a Facebook post, a dialogue me and he had,
Mm-hmm.
that the countries that are ahead of us had set up their tourism product decades ago, and they're now seeing the fruit of their labor.
Yeah.
A lot of those countries who have an influx of tourists.
And based on our evidence, we did well in 7 years, Max. We did well in 7
Brother,
years.
Brother, we are doing amazingly well, enough. We are doing
Definitely.
amazingly well.
Definitely.
Based off the year that the airport have been in operation to what we are accomplishing now.
Yes.
We're on track to be to outdo all the other countries in the region as far as how long they took
Yes.
to get where we got as far as air travel. But with that said, Kingsley, Labour still get a 4 out of 10, Anna.
4 out of 10?
4 out of 10.
No, I give them more than 4.
You give them more than 4?
Yeah.
Okay, when me get them 4, I must see bias, but I mean, it's a good for me. One thing me not afraid for that, give credit, give Jackie jacket and give credit,
They deserve
But I'm
the
just-
more than 4 because hey, they win 2001, 2005, 2010, 2008, and they still and they still stand a good chance if NDP ain't work and their campaign strategy
But me ask-
and so.
Me ask you a question, did Labour win or did NDP lose?
NDP waiting to win by default and Labour win, so that's a plus for them.
NDP need to change the strategy, man, and then he die hard. NDP fan of them does what come down my show. But me no NDP man, me no Labour man, me have intention and NDP need to buck up and change. But at the end of the day now, if they can't win a simple election, how are they gonna govern the country?
You know what NDP made a mistake, Max? When Raul Gonsalves presented the 2009 constitution and the referendum on the constitution, right? NDP and Annie Sabatis and them take it upon themselves to convince Vincent to vote no. Today, one aspect of that constitution would be benefiting. We don't know what is election, and there we would have nobody running for prime ministership for 4 and 5 consecutive terms. So when Sinclair
Let me ask you a question because I've asked Sian Marshall. Sian Marshall teach me at Petersville Primary School. Sian Marshall smart from long time. I've asked Sian Marshall and them to send me a copy of the referendum. Because I want to read the referendum myself and also know nobody can give me enough. So me ask you a question, Kingsley. So part of the referendum would have made term limits and prevented Ralph from the day so long?
But definitely, and Dr. Friday as leader of the opposition, whoever stood in the office would have get more authority to summon the oversight committee to deal with the financial aspect. We won't have to be wondering what is coming a job. But you see, they play politics and then here what they play politics so much and they say we win the referendum and here what in the election called 2010 they lose. 2010 they lose. So
wow, I know. When they was thinking referendum, they say referendum was to keep them. They like Fidel Castro and his brother.
Yeah,
so now me hear the complete opposite. So I like them in a tell for the referendum.
But of course, Sinclair Laycock said, and that is why sometimes he just get angry with me. He said it's a quality document, but I'm a party man. So in other words, he vote no because he's a party man. Real nonsense.
Oh, but that's part of intention culture.
Yeah.
A lot of them party people just look past wrong and those not because they're party man. Look when Sian Marshall beat his wife, allegedly beat his wife, and he could jump down Sian Marshall shoot.
Careful with that commentary. Yeah,
no, me say alleged.
No, alleged don't put you.
But when
no, alleged don't protect you from dangerous commentaries. So we
No. I me not believe it here. Me not believe me. Sian a good man. Me not believe Sian go to the good.
Leave that alone. Leave that alone, man.
No. But what I want to talk about the hypocrisy of Vincent John.
Okay, well,
when Sian was in his when Sian was in his thing, one set of people jumped down Sian show, but when Colin Graham was in his thing, he said people gonna beat down Sian, defend Colin. And he said people gonna defend Sian, beat down Colin. Do we have any integrity to say, okay, let me leave that alone?
Yeah.
If Max do something today, they might cost me. If Candyman turn around and do the same thing me do yesterday, they might protect Candyman and vice versa. I've seen it before. We have to remember all of this together, my kings. If Labour fail, that means St. Vince to fail. If St. Vince to fail, me fail. Why would I wish Labour to fail?
Okay.
But anyway, man, but it's a good look at thank God for Sanders. And so far, so good. Me happy with the progress. And the airport is continue to lash me on my mouth because the airport bust me mouth when Nelani first playing it.
Yeah.
And the airport continue to bust me mouth because me not expect Jet to do it. Me not expect American Airlines to do it. Me not expect Caribbean Airlines to do it. Where they say come there? Delta, they say?
Delta and United.
Delta and United Air Canada come every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Man, we doing amazing things, to be honest. But like me say, they say get a 4 out of 10.
Okay then. All right.
All right, man. You have a blessed night, and everybody stay safe. And condolences to the lady who get squeezed up by the truck. That was a very, very sad situation. And all the gunmen of them, please put down in gun of them and try to have a conversation. Remember one time me and Kingsley used to cuss each other. We used to cuss each other, but guess I never had no hate and me body for Kingsley.
Yes,
I have intention because you love Vinci, me love Vinci, all of you love Vinci.
Yes.
All right. At the end of the day.
Okay, Max. All right.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
Good evening.
Hey,
Good evening.
hey, good evening, Kingsley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, you was asking who is Alan Oliver.
So this is Oliver calling?
Alan Oliver calling, sir.
Okay. The person was saying that Jomo would entertain you. I'm not too sure if that was that was the.
That is a fact.
Why he would entertain you?
Well, Jomo Thomas Chambers, through Miss Zita Barnwell, Shoreline Zita Barnwell, filed a fraudulent document with the court.
Hello.
Okay.
Just this guy is a bit for me. This guy is the language a little bit. I understand.
No. Okay. Let me, some other people tell me I must use words like alleged and so on.
No, don't use alleged. That don't cover you. Just this guy. I figure it out.
I believe. I must tell you, I have received a lot of warnings from Jomo about defamation suit. I have challenged him to sue me. Okay.
I hope he listens.
I hope Jomo is listening.
If he listens, I'm gonna tell him.
Please.
Yeah,
he had promised that he would not block me from his program. Okay. I offered him the opportunity, saying, "Okay, invite me on your program, and prove me to be a liar to the whole world."
Yes, he had a lawyer on last night tonight. I don't know if you listened. He had a lawyer on last night.
Yeah, I listened to his program last night. Yes. You see, Jomo is a hypocrite like a lot of others in
That's a strong word to describe my friend, man. That's a strong word to describe my friend.
Hey, I admire Jomo, okay? You would not believe the amount of things I've learned just from my my written confrontations with Jomo.
Me too.
Jomo has literally led me to almost study law. And this is why I could tell Jomo, sue me if you think you have reasons to find me for defamation. Because I have the evidence of everything I say. You see, the court, the Registrar of the High Court office, tried to block us from getting the evidence. It is so ridiculous that they actually allowed us to see the documents, but not allow us to make copies or to make photographs. Okay, it took us a year after they allow us to see it to be able to get copies. Well, I have the copies now. And I'm telling Jomo Thomas, you sue me. I'm literally encouraging you to sue me for defamation, libel, anything, for saying that your law firm I have the evidence. And if Kingsley, if you are WFM are worried about being sued, I have the evidence. I will give it to you. Okay?
Okay.
St. Vincent right now, it is very sad the state St. Vincent is in right now. St. Vincent has never been in a position like this before. The level of crime in St. Vincent, and most people are condemning the ordinary little man, the little ignorant guy who runs around with a gun, and they have the little thing going on between them, which it seems like people in authority hope that they're going to just kill one another until, like a dumpster fire, they just burn themselves out. Because certainly nothing is being done to save our young men. Our young men, the most productive period in their life, are gunning down one another. This is to the benefit of somebody. And we have hypocrites like Jomo Thomas, who I said, Jomo, he went on his program, he claimed that he talked to me and he told me that there's no statute of limitation on fraud and I must take the matter to the court. Well, sure, I could take the matter to the court if I could have found a lawyer who was willing to take the matter to the court. I hired lawyers, and the lawyers have done everything to block the matter from going to the court.
Let me ask you something now.
They have even...
Let me ask you something. There's a lawyer by the name of Jodels. You know him?
Jodels, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
I recommend that you try his services because he's a guy who does a job for anybody once you pay him. A little expensive, but he's good.
Well, we got a young lawyer right now who has decided to take up the matter. All right. But I am saying to Jomo Thomas, it has taken me 3 years to get a lawyer who is willing to stand up against Zita Barnwell, Jomo Thomas, and others. I have paid lawyers who have turned around and tried to intimidate me and my family into settling the matter out of court.
Yeah. Well, okay. I will tell you.
Imagine?
I will tell you something. When I hear recommend Julius, right? He's good at what he does. I think that if your evidence presented to him is convincing, he will take the matter and put the persons under the microscope who you suggest should be under the microscope. Okay, that's what I could tell you from this standpoint.
Kingsley, let me tell you how bad it is. Okay, I have delivered or had somebody deliver evidence to the police. Okay, about this fraud. Next thing, I am getting a message from the fraudsters who the police asked me to give them the evidence that I have against. I am getting message from these fraudsters that they have the documents that I sent to the police.
Wow, that's not nice. That's terrible.
St. Vincent is in a terrible state, and people are wondering why we're not solving the crimes. People are afraid to give evidence to the police. The police is asking the public to give them support. But people are afraid to give evidence to the police. Because you give evidence to the police today, how many people you're supposed to be witnesses to cases and they shot dead? You know? I have a a convicted felon who brags in a police report that she got AIDS.
The technical guy is saying to me, I did allow you and I recommend somebody who I think could do the job. So he's saying that under the microscope, we will want to put WFM under a particular microscope. So we really thank you for.
All right. Well, I'm telling you. If anybody challenge you about it, you let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Again,
I'm saying, so Jomo Thomas will not have a public conversation with me.
Okay. All right. Right.
Jomo Thomas is a coward.
Yes. Well, I will talk to him. I will let him know. Right. We really appreciate you. Okay.
So tell Jomo Thomas, Alan Oliver says he could hide as much as he wants. The nation will know. The nation will know how corrupt he is, how corrupt his law firm is, how corrupt Zita Barnwell is.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay, caller. All right, caller. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, leave that right there. Well, the man is making a bold statement, but we have to remember that we're not in a position to
verify things and
so he deal with that. So that is why I recommend you to go to Joseph Des. Okay.
Be very careful.
Yeah. You seem to have a caller from that one is Barbados. Welcome, sir.
Hello?
Welcome, sir. Welcome from the Republic of Barbados.
Yes, for the Republic of Barbados. I called to give you a bit of advice. Their comments that the general was just making, I seen. Hello?
Yeah, we listen to you.
Yeah. Them comments the general was just making seems pretty dangerous. And I want to tell you and Jews and the person is truly there with you. See if you all can introduce a delay system like what have happened in Barbados. So that when you make certain calls, certain statements, you could be cut and it won't go on here.
Yeah,
That
okay.
is why I called you to tell you.
Okay then.
Because them kind of comments you made just now, them the I don't know.
Yeah, well, don't repeat them.
So
Leave them.
y'all need to introduce that into the system.
Yes.
People call and people in the exuberance want to say what they want to say, but at the same time they put in the station in trouble. So I would like to see when they introduce a delay system, a 15 or 20-second delay system. Y'all in the studio will hear what you're saying, but we out here would not hear. So that's why I would really like to tell you.
Okay, all right.
And I want to say good night to my girl, Anita. I want to tell her that my grandson only got home late last night. So I didn't get to call her, and I called Celine about 2 or 3 times, and I hear Celine either. So I hope Anita is staying safe, staying warm. And Kingsley, you be careful, my brother. You know you got my back in.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
You got my back in, so you be careful.
Okay then.
All
right. Okay. Right. The time in St. Vincent is 20 minutes on to 10 o'clock. We seem to have another caller. Let's go to the line. Good evening.
Hello, good night. My friend Kingsley, good night.
Yeah, Mr. Stay.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Now, I am a proud listener to the station.
Well, thank you.
And somehow, it is just my little knowledge of things. Question whether or not you allow that guy, previous to the Bajan, to say some of the things that he said.
Mm-hmm.
Be very cognizant of such things next time and clip it in the bud.
Okay.
That's my foolish advice.
Yeah, well, we have somebody who is in charge of the technical aspect, and he did say that let's really make a conversation. So that's what we really appreciate your thoughts. Yeah.
What I call about though is that I don't know if you can recall. Well, you should be able to recall because you're younger than I am. That when the airport was being built, there was a pilot guy, very astute, very articulate, and he spoke with authority.
Were you heard him on Cicero Ryan's program?
I would have heard him on Nice Radio of the Time parading.
Oh, yes. Well, I think...
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because of the orientation. The guy was a very technical guy.
Yeah, yes. You see, he was an aeronautical space export. I remember the guy.
But what he said in gist is because of the orientation and this and that, things that I don't understand. Probably pilots like you and him who have a better knowledge of these things than I do.
Yes.
That planes would never be able to land at Argyle.
Yeah, I remember that familiar voice. He used to be banding that a Nice Radio all the time. Yes, I remember him. Yeah.
But planes did land.
Planes continue to land up to today they land. So I don't know what he's been talking about.
And the other thing is that persons of the party who you support actually poison people's mind to the very idea of building an airport in St. Vincent, where even up to today, Kingsley, I'm still hearing people with the notion it would have been better one to let at Arnesville or build it at Canawan and take, I think it's Overcraft or something like that, and bring the guests. Or why not buy so many planes and shuttle the people from Barbados?
Yeah, I hear that TV all the time.
But I'm sure that you, as well as I do, see the manifestation of what's going on.
Definitely.
Now, I'm a taxi operator. And if I didn't stand on something firm, they would have made me believe that with the coming of Sandals, that there's absolutely nothing for Vincent Shons.
Yes.
That all of the taxis would have been paid for, brought in duty free, and taximen like myself and others would not have been able to get a job.
Yeah, that was the
That
negative.
all of the
Yes.
jobs would have gone, jobs at the hotel would have gone otherwise. And one of the interesting things is that, well, I must say that I would have taken a few guests there. And one of the interesting things is that speaking to persons, they themselves were a little taken back and were questioning, is it going to be Sword Sandals? Is it going to be this condition? Are these the conditions under which we're going to work? And are now relieved to find out that what they were hearing, it is not just.
Yeah, well, pure fiction. Yes.
But the thing is that I think it was a deliberate effort. I don't know, or I should ask you, was it a deliberate effort not to build the airport? A deliberate effort not to have Sandals? And I would just pick up something that your friend Max said, which I think I tried to point out, that when you look at the history of the airports around us, the closest one to us in terms of age is Grenada's, which was opened in 83.
Yes.
Or thereabout. St. Lucia was opened before. But the sort of grounds that we are covered and the pace at which we are going, they never went at anything close to the pace that we are going.
Definitely.
And which is good for us. One other thing I like to say though before I leave is that the party who you support, well, I can say that because you say that you make no bones about saying that. One of the things they preach continually is jobs, jobs, jobs.
Yeah.
But every initiative that is embarked upon to provide jobs of insertion,
You criticize it.
you oppose.
Yes.
At times I am made to wonder if they would just say when they get in, if they get in jobs, and jobs would fall down from heaven like that. Thanks for listening to me.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thanks for calling. The time in service in the Grannies is 16 minutes on to 10 o'clock. Let's take a break and come back and give you some of Papa Das.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back! Leave me alone. Oh, I beg you, come off me, boy. Come on, nigga. Oh, mama, go, mama, go, mama. Watch this.
12 minutes, 30 seconds on to 10 o'clock. You listen to WeFM. WeFM, we are located at Windy Point, St. Vincent and the Grenades. and you hear us on frequency at Sign 99.9. You also listen to us live on the internet, and those persons having their own conversation up there, and we see all of the folks there who making the different commentary. Not all of them that we can read because their language is a bit too strong for radio. So we will just scan through one or two of them and see if you could be identified. If not, if we don't think what we're reading, we will not read them. Okay?
Someone here is saying that let me see. They say Sanders will soon bring in their own taxi buses. You believe that?
Me? Believe that? Me start believe strip this, you know. We have a caller here. Let me hear this person say it. Good evening.
Kingsley,
Hey.
how are you tonight, man?
Everything all right, man. Everything all right.
Man, watching you sleep with a little I in a fight against it, you know.
You
So
fight,
for that.
you fight against it?
No,
Oh, okay.
where you going? My building, when you fight, when you go and parents, the man build, you mash up and they share money to certain people. And
Uh-huh.
that wrong.
They show you
And
money?
yeah, they share money, then I give me.
You gonna look for yours?
What, hey, me go over there. They tell me. They're supposed to come to the meeting. And what they're supposed to send out a guy to walk around and check all the people there and check all the people. I'm not let people know now.
Yeah, well, we got who work on that to see figure your share, eh?
Yeah, my building will mash up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it said Coleman and things. And me got everybody, me got everything up my siblings, you know, me don't fight against nobody, you know.
Uh-huh.
But when the time come, Andrew John will be with them.
Andrew John?
No, he done. Done. Andrew John? A crazy Kingsley.
So who?
Me think down to link up for you, man. The old man, he's a rough man.
You're a rough man too, yes. Rough man and had a good memory.
But yeah, serious Kingsley, that shall really give me something from the 6 up my place, man. Man, me now walk me at 68 years. Man on a man, 69.
Remind me the name so I could put them on notice.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me your name.
Wallace.
Wallace, okay.
Wallace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't fix up my place, me not got no problem with nobody, you know, me love where we save a go on.
Okay. So you...
So what, me so what, from the time when was then I was in the right there, bicycle and go over there, and say, well, all right. When I go to the lady, she tell her sister, Miss John, he said, Mr. Wallace, I will deal with all it properly. All of them when they go to your face, yeah, one name is John from somewhere, don't cross it. He she tell me. And they come, you me no mistake than them. No mind me no go secondary, you know. When they go blast like me next 5 minutes time, then come by me, and then they sit down and they put the coconut with them. When they blast in and they see them, they run out. And they still can't do nothing to me.
I know somebody that I have a good relationship with. I go mention it to you and see if they could give you some attention and you know, they still have you in their thoughts. Okay, so I'll check it out tomorrow.
Louis and Frankie. Frankie that you me from small.
Yeah, the Frankie one, yes.
And he come and tell me, he and Frankie, we deal with for so long.
Yes. Okay. When I see Frankie,
you know me, brother?
When I see Frankie, I'm Papa Sita. Yeah, I go ask them. Okay.
Tell me they huggy.
Yeah. Okay then.
You see them a youth man.
Yes.
And they should treat you man good.
Okay, I go remind
in
you.
the middle of the program and carry it on and them in the place, you know?
Yes, man. Yes.
All right, boss.
All right. 7 minutes, 30 seconds before 10 o'clock. It's time for me to take 2 steps out of here. That sounds familiar. And I'll always be a friend. That sounds familiar. And that is one is Glenn Jackson, one is John Diddy. So we want to thank all the listeners who sit there, listen to our program, find ways to interact with us and encourage us to be strong. We will deal with the issue of okay. So we're gonna take that's it until next week, Tuesday. Be gone.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements,